How excited are you about this new, really cool opportunity?
Oh my gosh, it feels really surreal. I feel so blessed that God gave me a second opportunity. And I'm just over the moon about it. It's just crazy how it all just came together and it all happened so fast. It's like you either take that moment or you don't. And I was like, all right, Lord, here we go again.
So how did that all come about then? You say it happens real fast. Well, what's kind of that process?
Yeah, so basically you do, the virtual auditions, and then once you do that, one thing leads to another step by step. It's kind of a longer process on the back end of it. But overall, once you get through all those Zooms and you meet all of the producers and you kind of get further down the line, it just kind of all folds together.
So we're obviously here to talk more about the American Idol experience, but I want to look at it through a lens of being on The Voice before and being on this now, and kind of, I guess, let's not talk about maybe the ins and outs of those two shows, but more so like your personal journey from when you were I believe how old were you when you were on The Voice? I'm sorry, I had this in my notes. Did you say 17?
Yeah, 17.
Oh my goodness. So as a 17-year-old, I guess that was about 4 years ago now, to
Oh, yeah.
now being 21 and on American Idol, how have you personally grown from one show to the next, and kind of what lessons that you learned are you taking forward with you?
Oh, absolutely. That's a question that I could talk about all day long. I feel like as a 17-year-old on a big show like that, it was so intimidating and it was so scary. And in the midst of that, I had lost my grandpa, someone who was really, really important to me. And it was just a lot, there was just a lot to deal with at such a young age. And it was kind of one of those things where, like, oh my gosh, is this really happening, like, all at once? And it was. But now, like, moving through the beginning of your 20s, like passing the 20-year-old stage and moving into adulthood, as a 21-year-old going on 22, I can say now that I really know who I am as a person. So I think that that's what makes the American Idol experience so special and important to me. It's because, like, I know who I am, not even just as a person, but just as an artist. Like, I know my sound. I kind of have my feet on the ground in life, it feels like. And so I feel like I'm just overall moving in the right direction, and it just overall feels really good.
Let's talk about I don't want to say the boring stuff, but let's talk nuts and bolts. When are you actually finally going to be on? I know that the season premiered just a little bit ago, but when are you going to be on? When are we going to be able to see the Marybeth Byrd?
Yes, so the air date was February 19th, and there's many, many episodes following that air date. I am March 5th, so this upcoming weekend.
So how exciting is it for you to, maybe be one of those people that people look back on and remember, like, oh, I remember when this person was on the show. That was such a cool experience. Because, me being someone who just, like, barely, I wasn't, like, watching it every week, but I still have those memories. So maybe you get to be that memory for someone else, maybe the inspiration for, another little girl that's just like, hey, I can do this too.
Oh, absolutely. And it's so weird to think about, but a year ago, I was so scared of change, it felt like. I just don't feel like a year ago or before that I would have been ready for anything like this. But I can say now, and knowing who I am and just doing this whole experience, I'm like, I'm ready to take whatever opportunity. Like, I will drop everything to chase my dream. And that's what's just so different and surreal about this experience. Like, I'm just, like, ready to go at whatever. Like, mentally, physically, emotionally, I feel like I'm just on top of my game. And so I'm really just excited. And I can't wait to watch the audition back. I can't wait. I'm just so excited. It's crazy.
That does sound really awesome. So I know that, like, obviously the ultimate goal is to win American Idol and be this big, deal or whatever. But what are you more specifically looking to get out of this outside of, just grand prizes and things of that nature?
Well, my family and my friends and people who are close to me can attest to this. I am one of those people, as hard as it is to be so cliche and say, trust God's plan. Like, that's literally exactly what I try to do, because I know that His plan is greater than my own, absolutely. So out of this, of course, the exposure and the connections, and if I do win it, that is amazing. Like, I obviously wouldn't say no. You know what I mean? I would
Of course, of course.
I was like, yeah, like so excited. But if not, I know that I am going to be okay no matter what, career wise. But American Idol is just such a great opportunity. And it's like, Lord, hopefully this is my time. But if it's not, I've made so many incredible friends on the show. Like, that's something else to talk about. Like, the friendships, taking away those is better than anything I could have ever asked for. Like, it's just been so amazing.
Well, let's stay on that type of track. You're talking about support groups and friends. Who are you going to be watching with? Are you going to have any kind of big watch party, get people together? Or are you more, just going to watch it solo and see how it goes? I know that, like, personally, when I'm on TV, I don't like seeing myself or anything. So how's that going?
Me too, Chase. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you said that. I'm the same exact way. Wow. Yes, like I would rather be in here by myself watching it, only because like all eyes are on me if I'm having a watch party, and it's like I just want to be kind of like, sitting there watching every little detail, being like, oh my gosh, why did I part my hair like this, or
Absolutely, that's me. Anytime that I run a story that I've done, and my parents or whoever are like, "Oh, that was so good," I'm like, "Oh no, there was this little 2 seconds was wrong. The audio level was wrong," or just every little thing. I start to nitpick everything. So I definitely feel you there. But I'm glad that that's a shared experience and not just me then.
Yes, but there are watch parties. Like, my families are all getting together in little groups and having those. And, if I make it further down the line, I'm sure that that'll be a discussion as well for bigger ones.
All right, so I know that you're super busy, as we said, so I've got one more big question and then one very small question right at the end. But the last big question I wanted to ask you, we're talking about 4 years ago, you're on The Voice, you say you don't really know what you're doing, you're kind of scared and just learning to grow. Now at 21, you're on American Idol, you're really starting to blossom into your career. What's the plan for maybe the next 4 or 5 years? What's next after this?
That is a big I don't know. Well, I mean, as far as what's next, like, I know that I don't want to do anything else in life. Like, music is my everything. It helped me grow out of stuttering when I was little, and that was kind of where the love started. And, my grandpa passing away, he got me into singing at a young age, and I don't know, like, music is what's rooted in here. So it's like I don't see myself pursuing anything else. Like, and my dad has always told me, do something that you love. Like, seriously, do something that you love for the rest of your life. And so I'm kind of following that advice and taking that from him.
There you go. That's awesome. I think I've always operated as if it's okay to not know what's next. Just follow your heart, follow everything, and the right thing will eventually come to you. So I got one last question for you, and that is, when you do ultimately win, can we do a follow-up interview? I'd love to have you back on the show.
If so, then let's shake on it. We can do that.
Let's do it. I'll shake on that right now. That's easy. Marybeth, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and I look forward to watching your journey.